We're diving straight into the iconic foods of the Hidden Leaf Village for a full day of Naruto themed food, with each meal inspired by 4 iconic characters: Naruto, Sakura, Sasuke, and Kakashi. And yes, I did go full on fan mode. From real ramen at one of the world's most famous ramen shops in New York City, to at-home cooking featuring Kakashi's favorite meal. This was an experience. Today's video is something I've been really excited about. So trust me, if you're a Naruto fan or just love Japanese food, you're gonna want to stick around for this. Sit back, relax, and let's make it happen. First up, we've got the main man himself, Naruto Uzumaki, the #1 hyperactive knuckle-headed ninja and the face of the franchise. And if there's one thing Naruto's obsessed with besides becoming Hokage, it's ramen. My boy Naruto has been eating ramen ever since he was a kid. It was his comfort food. Therefore, I don't just want any ramen, like the instant kind, even though those can be great too. So what better way to kick off the day than with some real authentic ramen? So I'm heading to Ippudo, one of the most famous ramen restaurants in New York City. Ippudo is known specifically for serving some of the best tonkotsu ramen in New York City. It's often described as creamy, with a rich pork broth, springy noodles, marinated eggs, and melt-in-your-mouth chaosu pork. It's basically a bowl of deliciousness. If Naruto lived in New York City, this sounds like it would be 100% his go-to spot. Let's head inside. So I have in front of me their signature spicy Karaka bowl of ramen. I made sure to add the Naruto fish cakes you see in the anime for my toppings also. However, the main star of today is the ramen, and as you can see, this isn't just any ramen. This is a Naruto level bowl, so it's gotta be packed with flavor. Let's give it a try. Okay, I get it now. Naruto's obsession with ramen makes total sense. This is insane. The broth alone deserves its own episode. I'm not even joking. It was creamy, but also quite spicy. The noodles were chewy and soft and soaked up the broth really well. Not to mention the marinated egg was so tasty, and it also soaked up the broth really well. The egg was so creamy and soft. It was very tasty. The large strips of melt-in-your-mouth chaosu pork was so savory and delicious. I think every element of this bowl combines together really nicely, and it's simply just full of flavor. I imagine Naruto slurping loudly, smiling, and devouring this after a long day of ninja training, fighting Sasuke, or just doing nothing at all. Not to mention, the atmosphere of this ramen spot is quite cozy and inviting actually. I suppose most are, but this one was very nice. Did you know that Naruto's favorite ramen shop, Ichiraku Ramen, is actually based on a real ramen stand near the Kyushu Institute of Technology in Fukuoka, Japan? Creator Masashi Kishimoto used to eat there all the time as a student. And make sure to leave a comment if you've ever tried delicious ramen like this, or if you're simply just more of an instant noodle type of person. Either is cool. I honestly feel like I've leveled up my chakra just from eating this. This is what dreams are made of. Believe it! Let's sweeten things up with Sakura Hagura. Love her or hate her, Sakura is a key part of Team 7, and she's got a major sweet tooth, especially for anything related to dumplings and sweet red bean paste. And I have the perfect spot in mind, that being Nan Xiang Soup Dumplings, a Michelin star eatery located here in New York City, at the back of the Empire State Building. Something kind of crazy about this place is you actually make your own sauce. They provide you with detailed instructions on how to assemble the sauce and customize it to your own liking, which is very interesting actually. After making the sauce, it was time to eat. I got their signature Lucky 6 dumplings and the ube red bean bao dessert. So first up, I tried their ube red bean bao, and it was delicious. It had a soft mochi-like texture on the outside, sweet red bean paste in the middle, and a sugary glazed on top. These are seriously addicting. Sweet, chewy, and represents Sakura nicely. Because let's face it, Sakura's love for sweets reflects her nurturing side. Whether she's fighting or taking care of her friends, Sakura's heart tries to always be sweet. And these bao, they're definitely just as sweet. Did you know that anko is made from azuki beans and is used in tons of traditional Japanese sweets? It symbolizes comfort and warmth, exactly what Sakura brings to Team 7 when she's not punching people through walls or lying to Naruto when she said she loved him. I'm still not over that. After the bao, I then tried the Lucky 6 dumplings, which basically is randomized dumplings. So I first tried the pink looking dumpling, which was actually a scallop and pork soup dumpling. The filling was carrot, and it had dry-aged deep sea scallops and premium minced pork shoulder. It did have an intense carrot flavor, but the filling still tasted pretty good. So I have a fun challenge for you guys. In the comments, try and see if you can guess the rest of these flavors. Next, I tried the black dumpling, and this one was delicious. It was a truffle and pork soup dumpling. The outside is made with squid ink, but the real flavors come from its filling of black truffle truffle and pork shoulder. I actually could eat a bunch of those, no problem. After I tried the green dumpling, it actually had an interesting color and flavor. It was a loofah and minced pork shoulder. The vibrant green color was actually from the organic spinach juice that they used for the dumpling. It was not that bad. Next up, I had the yellow dumpling. This one was actually pretty decent. It was a chicken soup dumpling and had a twist. The twist was kombucha pumpkin juice, which is a very interesting combination. And the filling was very nicely seasoned. The Chinese aromatics in the meat was very tasty, and the pumpkin added a richness to the dumpling. And finally, I had the creamy looking dumpling. This one was actually crab meat and pork soup. It had decadent crab filling blended nicely with premium pork shoulder minced in a rich, deeply satisfying homemade broth. I actually really like this one too. So let's move on to Sasuke, the last Uchiha. Unless you watch Naruto. Sasuke acts like emotions are forbidden and is a man of few words, and I can't really blame him after what happened to all the Uchihas and Itachi. But deep down, he still remembers the happy moments of his childhood, which includes some delicious rice balls, or as it's called in Japanese, onigiri. For Sasuke's meal, we're going classic. Simple, no fuss, and portable. Just like Sasuke, straight to the point, with a surprise in the middle. Usually drama. Onigiri are rice balls filled with all kinds of deliciousness. Because this section is about Sasuke specifically, I thought it'd be perfect to keep things simple. So I went and picked up some store-bought onigiri from H-Mart. Simple, but definitely effective for our brooding lone wolf Uchiha hero.
We have two different types here. We have bulgogi and we have spicy tuna. This one right here that I have is the spicy tuna. Let's give it a try and let's see how it tastes. It looks pretty good though. It looks like they have sesame seeds on the outside. It's pretty decent size, so let's try it. It has a bit of an umami taste to it. Very good. It has a very nice spice to it. Honestly, this works really well with Sasuke. Even on the outside, it seems kind of bland. It's a multi-dimensional character. And this has multi-dimensional flavor. You get spice, you get a bit of a saltiness from the sesame seeds, a bit of umami flavor as well. Next up, we have the bulgogi. So since we have the bulgogi here, this one looks about the same with the seasoning on the outside. The only difference is it's bulgogi. So let's see how it tastes. The bulgogi is different than the tuna because it has more of a saltiness to it, and it's more savory in a way actually. You feel like you're biting into something more dense than the tuna. It has the same seasonings, you get the same umami, same saltiness, but the depth of flavor that is there, I would say it's more rich in the tuna because of the spiciness. This is more straightforward. It has good flavor, but it's more on the saltier side, if anything.
This is exactly what Sasuke would eat while sulking under a tree somewhere, alone, with his thoughts brooding. This onigiri is fire, just like Sasuke's Sharingan. Did you know that onigiri has been a staple in Japanese cuisine for centuries? It was a popular meal for warriors during the Sengoku period, perfect for modern-day shinobi. If you're on your way to leave the Hidden Leaf Village, in dramatic fashion of course, this is probably the perfect road snack. It's a very delicious snack.
It's pretty good. The next meal we have is for Kakashi. And as you can see, we're gonna have a lot of different food for this last meal. I thought it'd be a great way to celebrate the end of this video by celebrating all the food I had today and all the food you've seen me try as well. And as you can see, there's a little bit of everything that we've had from today, and I'm so excited to try it for this last meal. So Kakashi's favorite dish that he likes is actually home-cooked miso soup with eggplant. In this miso soup, I have eggplant, corn, cilantro, fresh noodles, mushrooms, and chasu pork as well. So it's kind of similar to the bowl that I had in Ippudo for Naruto, but as I said, I'm going to celebrate all the foods that I had today. So I'm excited, and let's give it a try. I have some chopsticks here that I'm going to use to eat this miso ramen with eggplant. Since it's Kakashi's favorite dish, we're going to try this first. Let's see how it tastes. This is so good. This is actually incredible. The miso tastes very delicious, and these noodles, they're so soft and so chewy. And as you can see, they're very warm. I think having a home-cooked meal is very delicious, and you can never go wrong with it. I could understand why Kakashi eats this, but he'd probably be eating this while watching and reading 50 Shades of Grey. We're not gonna do that today. I don't want to get demonetized. Kakashi, you have some very weird habits, man.
Did you know that Kakashi's favorite book series, Icha Icha Paradise, was actually written by Jiraiya and banned in many ninja academies? But that didn't stop him from reading it in the broad daylight, and sometimes mid-battle. But seriously, who reads that in the middle of battle?
Also, as you can see here, I have some kimchi. Not everything here is homemade, obviously, because I want to celebrate, as I said, the entire day. I wasn't going to ferment my own kimchi. So I got this while I was in H-Mart. We're going to add some to the miso soup and see how it tastes. But these are pretty big pieces of kimchi as well. Let's see how it changes the flavor of this miso soup. It adds a sour and pickly note to the miso and kind of changes the umami flavor that's there, but it's not bad. It actually, I think, goes together pretty well. But again, if you're not really big on sour or pickly things, just stick with the miso soup. You'll still have a good meal. Very, very good. And then for dessert, I have some red bean mochi, which is similar to Sakura's favorite food, which was red bean bao, red bean dumplings, really anything red bean. So let's give these a try. These look so delicious.
These are actually so delicious. They have chopped walnut inside, but they're also not too sweet, and it's very chewy. And on the outside, there's a lot of flour that they use, but the flavor here is really incredible. And that brings me to the end of this Naruto themed day. I ate like Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and Kakashi. From rich ramen to brooding onigiri. This was one unforgettably delicious food journey. If you enjoyed this anime-inspired food adventure, give this video a like, subscribe for more, and ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future food plus fandom content. Because there will be more. Thanks for watching, and remember, believe it.
Guys,
Guys, take care.